Hello, welcome to a new video. Today we're talking about weird things in Harry Potter. But before we jump into it, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Let's start. Number 1, Harry Potter. And I mean the guy Harry Potter. Harry is this innocent little boy in the beginning of the movies who learns that he's a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
And that he is kind of a big deal because Voldemort turned him into a big deal, actually. Otherwise, he would have stayed a normal baby with parents. He would have grown up as a wizard in a normal wizard world, but that's not the case because Voldemort chose to not accept that and chose to try to murder him, but he didn't succeed, obviously. But over the course of the movie, he turns into a guy who is arrogant and full of himself and just thinks he can't ask for help and has to do everything himself with the help of his two friends. Like, he's not only bringing himself into danger, but also his two friends. And I know that, like, Dumbledore's a busy guy, but there are other teachers in Hogwarts that you can ask. Go to McGonagall. Go to anybody and ask for help. Tell them what you saw. Like, oh, I hear a basilisk in the wall. Can you do something about that? Do you think that you would be dismissed? That they would take you seriously? The chosen one. You know, everybody knows that you can talk to snakes now. So why are you not telling anyone? Why does it always have to be Dumbledore? Dumbledore is this wise guy, this amazing guy that you have to talk to. No, go to McGonagall or to somebody else. Number 2, the riddles of the Philosopher's Stone. So let me get this straight. The Hogwarts professors tried to create riddles so no one would be able to get past them and get to the Philosopher's Stone. But 3 first-grade students are able to solve all of the riddles and get to the stone to stop Quirrell from stealing it. They are trying to protect that from adults, from anybody, but these 3 students who are in Hogwarts not even 1 year can solve all 3 riddles. Like, they didn't even try to protect that stone, did they? As if no other more skilled wizard would be able to crack all of these then, like a normal wizard that went through school. I mean, yeah, Hermione is very smart, and Harry can fly, and Ron can play chess, but older, more experienced wizards can probably do all of these things in the blink of an eye, right? This just never made sense to me. Number 3, the one and only Dumbledore. Okay, I know many people love Dumbledore, and a lot of people don't love him at all. I kind of liked him as a child, but the more I grew up and saw how he manipulates everyone around him, and just lets kids solve everything that he should do in the first place, I fell out of love with him, if that makes sense. Where was he when they tried to get the stone? Where was he when the 3 of his students, including the chosen one, chased the Dark Lord year after year? Shouldn't he protect them? Was he secretly a fan of Voldemort because he also loved Grindelwald, right? He was his best friend as a teen. Is he into the dark arts as well? He knows Hogwarts so well, yet seems to just overlook some very, very big things going on. Like, somehow he knew that Harry was sneaking out of bed and looking into the mirror.
Of the mirror of Erised, I trust by now you realize what it does. Let me give you a clue. The happiest man on earth would look into the mirror and see only himself, exactly as he is.
So then it shows us what we want.
Becoming obsessed with seeing his parents. Or he also knew that Harry didn't get his invitations, his Hogwarts letter. So he kept sending him letter after letter, yet he has no idea that Sirius Black or Peter Pettigrew were in the school. Or did he just ignore it? He didn't know that Quirrell had Voldemort at the back of his head. He didn't know who killed the unicorn. He didn't know any of those things. But he knew everything about Harry. Was he just very obsessed with Harry? Harry only. It doesn't make sense to me. Number 4, Voldemort and his Horcruxes. Imagine you are a 16-year-old Tom Riddle who is super power hungry and wants to be immortal forever. No one can hurt you or kill you. You go to your favorite professor, Slughorn, and learn how to make a Horcrux. So you think that is an amazing opportunity for you, right? And we all know that Voldemort isn't that stupid. At least he was pretty smart as Tom Riddle. Yes, he's traumatic as heck, but is he really stupid? Why would he put a piece of his soul in a meaningful object like the ring, or Nagini, or his diary, something that is so easily traceable? Why not just put it in a pebble or a tree or something that you could scatter around the world for no one to find? Did he really think he is that smart that no one would find out about the Horcruxes, or that no one would destroy them because they were so meaningful to the wizarding world? What was his reasoning? Was he just so full of himself and thought, oh yeah, nobody's going to figure me out. Nobody's going to figure out which objects I use because I'm smart and I'm amazing.
How is it that a baby with no extraordinary magical talent was able to defeat the greatest wizard of all time? How did you escape with nothing but a scar while Lord Voldemort's powers were destroyed?
Number 5. The Hogwarts letters. So Harry was sent hundreds or thousands of invitations to Hogwarts, right? We all remember the moment that owls started flooding the house with all invitations or Hogwarts letters. So you want to tell me that Harry didn't manage to get one of those and hide it somewhere quickly before the Dursleys found them? Not one? How unlikely is that? He couldn't just take one from the floor, carefully pushed it down his trousers or up his shirt or down under his door. No. That's not possible. The Dursleys saw everything. That's very unlikely, isn't that? And there's no way that Dumbledore could have that invitation delivered another way. Like, give it to Mrs. Figs that lives in his street so she can hand it to him. Or, I don't know, just go there and hand it to him personally. He waited for Harry and his family to go by boat onto this really tiny island with one house on it so that Hagrid had to go there and hand them the letter. Why?
Sorry about that.
Number 6. Hagrid. Hagrid was said to be not a great wizard, right? He was expelled from school and everything just because of the thing with the Chamber of Secret. We all know that, right? But he used the spell on Dudley without even talking. And it's said in the books that only very powerful and skilled wizards can do that. And he only used an umbrella to cast the spell. Like, he must be such a powerful and skilled wizard, right? Said he got kicked out of school way too early. Imagine what could have happened to him if he wasn't kicked out of school. Was Tom Riddle so afraid of him that he got him kicked out of school? Or was just his hate too big to accept that a giant could be on his school? I don't know. Let me know what you think about Hagrid, because I think he could have been an amazing wizard. Number 7. Peeves. I think we're all just mad about Peeves. Everybody who read the books is mad that Peeves isn't in the movie, right? Peeves, the friendly but very mischievous ghost that haunts Hogwarts and pranks everyone and everything that walks in its halls. Why is he not in the movies? Is there an explanation? I've never looked into it. I mean, even the nearly headless Nick is in the movies. Why not Peeves? All that the nearly headless Nick in the movies does is like show that he is nearly headless. That's everything that he does. He doesn't really do anything. Oh no, in the Chamber of Secrets, he gets like frozen or whatever you call that, from the basilisk. But that's it. He was not mentioned any other time, I think. And if so, then only a small amount. I would have loved to see Peeves in 1 or 2 scenes just pranking everyone, maybe casually dropping something on someone's head or scaring people. Yet there is none of that, and I truly hate that so much. Even if you just see him in the background pranking people, how amazing would that have been? But nope, he's not in the movies. Number 8. School. So muggles go to school from year 5 and up, right? But wizards go to school when they are 11 years old. What do they do before that? Are they homeschooled? Do their parents just teach them everything about magic that they have to know up until this point? Or do they just not go to school at all? Or do they go to regular school? But then don't they have outbursts of magic and like magical things happen around them when they're angry, just like it happened to Harry Potter or something like that? Also, Muggleborns like Harry and Hermione go to school beforehand, right? But Muggles shouldn't know about wizards. Imagine Hermione just disappearing after summer and not being able to explain to anyone where she went and why she went to another school, because they shouldn't know about magic. What do they do about that? Oh, sorry, I'm going to another school now. See you never. I have better friends now. Goodbye. That's a plot hole, isn't it? Number 9. The treatment of Slytherin. Now I understand that some of the people in Slytherin have parents that are Death Eaters, or are way too deep into the dark arts, or are on Voldemort's side, yet there's no way that everyone in this house is actually evil or bad. Why are they all treated like they are evil little children who are out to get everyone else? Isn't that just discrimination? Do you remember the scene in the last movie where Harry Potter shows up in the school, spoiler alert, and all the Slytherins were sent to their house because they couldn't keep Harry in danger having all the Slytherins around. Like, they are children. Some of them are probably very nice. Not every Slytherin is bad. Even Harry Potter says at the end of the movie that not Slytherin is a bad house, but that bad people were just living in Slytherin. That has nothing to do with it. Like, even bad people could have come out of Gryffindor or Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw. That doesn't mean the entire house is bad. Number 10. The Triwizard Tournament. People that were old enough could apply to be a part of the Triwizard Tournament. They wrote their name on a piece of paper and sent it down the Goblet of Fire. Clearly, Harry was way too young and therefore couldn't be a part of it. Other older students tried to trick the spell and still applied, but failed. Like Fred and George Weasley, who tried to make themselves older. Harry's name ended up in the Goblet of Fire anyway, and he was asked if he asked an older student to put the name in the Goblet of Fire, but he denied it. So let me get this straight, right? You put all those age-restricting spells onto that Goblet of Fire to try and make sure that no younger person can enter, yet you don't have a spell about an older student putting a younger student's name in the goblet? How is that even possible? That's a huge plot hole. And how did no one investigate how his name ended up in there? They were just somehow okay with it and let Harry, who clearly wasn't ready for it to be a contestant in this very dangerous challenge. And it's not like no one ever tried to kill Harry before. No one ever tried to get him out of this. How did his name even end up in there? I mean, I know how it ended up in there, but nobody investigated. What would the Goblet of Fire do if Harry didn't participate in it? It's a goblet. And also, how boring is it to watch the game? Like, yes, the challenge with the dragons was great to watch, really adventurous, really nerve-wracking. But the challenge on the water and the maze challenge would have been so boring to watch, right? No one could see what they were doing on the water. So you stare at, the water.
But she's my friend too.
What are some of the points that you thought are strange about Harry Potter? Did you agree with me on some of them? Tell me all of your opinions in the comments below, please. And thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.